Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your weekly general tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you that are continued subbies that have supported me throughout this year and previously, you mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for all of your love, your kindness and support. It really does mean a lot. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we get into it, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you as we start to wrap up the year and we are truly heading towards holiday season, because so many different holidays and so many different religions converge here. I just want to say from my heart to yours, whatever you do or don't celebrate, you are in my prayers, you are in my thoughts, and I thank the world and the universe for you immensely. And I want you to know that there is at least one person out there, me, right, who loves and cares for you and wants you to know that whatever you do or don't celebrate, whether you are with people or not with people, you are not on your own, because I at least have lots of love and lots of blessings out there for you. Okay, now with that said, whether you celebrate Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or Christmas or Yule, my heart goes out to you, and I really hope that it is a wonderful and a blessed season for you. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's see the general energies, trends and themes. So your intuitive message was literally, let the holiday blessings begin. All right, like, so I will take it. It works for me. And after the year that we've all had, I think we are ready, right? And remember, we are on the precipice of 2024. If you haven't seen it, don't forget to check out the 2024 A Universal 8-Year for Numerology. It's going to be a big year and you want to make sure you get the most out of it. And speaking of getting the most out of it, if you haven't got your new year, new frequency, this is your moment to purchase. You can get that on the link in the description box below. And I will mention, you only need to purchase the one for your sun sign, okay? I've specifically worked this and created this for the work that you do on your sun sign, and there's a reason for that. The sun in your astrology chart represents your soul's mission, and I wanted this energy work specifically to work within your soul's purpose and alignment. So you only need to purchase. If you want to buy your ascendant sign and you want to get your moon sign as well, I've added those as upsells, so you can absolutely do that. But if you want to step into 2024 and make it the year you open the door, new year, new frequency, who dis? Yeah, this is the product for you. I have worked really hard on this for months to get it tight, to get it clean, to get it short, sweet and sharp. And as if that wasn't enough, on the 28th of December, if you are so inclined, you can join me for a live call where we will go over any final questions that you might have and maybe even do a little bit more energy work so we can move into 2024 like the absolute bosses that we are. And if you don't know, 2024 is the year of the CEO, right? So if you're ready to boss your life like never before, this is the product for you. Trust me, I've put everything into it. With that said, let's get into it. Okay, so for your destiny card for the week ahead, what do we have? And we get the gate 58 and joy. I'll take it. I will take that all day long, right? And this really is about tapping into the frequency and the energy and bathing and reveling in your joy and spreading that out into the world. Just look at the card. It's so beautiful. It's so vibrant. It's so elevated. And this card really does speak to all of the joy that we can experience in human life, and also the joy and love that we can share with others and connect with. So I am absolutely here for this and I love it. I'm so happy to see this, because it means that this week onwards is going to be great energy. So let's see what the direction cards are. How do we best tap into that joy? Well, first of all, let it in, invite it in, right? So first card out, so we've got the 8 of Swords. So this is really about being committed to your joy. right? Finding a way to be truly committed to having the best experience that you possibly can. Not everybody has a great time at the holidays. For some people, it can be a really lonely time. For some people, it can be a really challenging time. And the fact that we've got the Eight of Swords does suggest that we're needing to commit to finding the joy, right? So it's not just a case of, well, yeah, I just got to be happy. It's about committing yourself to finding the joy and experiencing the best that you can have. Then we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, so potentially some interesting, maybe even in slightly intense conversations to be had around this time. And then we've got the Seven of Cups. So not the easiest or brightest of cards, but we've got this here, right? So the Destiny is basically saying there's potential here for joy. That joy is going to be reliant on your ability to release and let go, right? And because you've got two swords cards here as well, to release and let go what is superfluous, what is bogging you down. And you know, they say, like, if you're worried about the past or if you're thinking about the future, you're not really enjoying the present. That's what this triplet says to me. Now, the other thing is that Knight of Swords with the Seven of Cups, this does suggest too many journeys, too many trips. So I am going to say to you, you know, it's the holiday season, so obviously do as much of it as you possibly can, but I will say maybe streamline it, right? You've got to prioritize so that you can do it all safely, efficiently, and so that you can really enjoy. It looks like there's a potential to overbook yourself here. So just be mindful of that. And, you know, it's a really interesting one as well, because what comes up in my mind, I don't know if you've ever seen The Vicar of Dibley. So here in the UK, we've got this program, or we had this program called The Vicar of Dibley. And it was a really, really good sort of old British comedy, you know, some parts of it highly inappropriate, but, you know, it was late 90s, early 2000s, so it was totally fine. And it was just brilliant and a really heartfelt, heartwarming show. Anyway, there is an episode where the vicar, who is a woman, basically overcommits herself to having Christmas dinner at basically half of the parish's homes. And obviously they all say to her, like, you know, you've promised, you can't not come. It's hilarious, right? And so this could be that. This could be where, you know, by the end of it, you're like, I never want to see another glass of Baileys again in my life, please. Or I never want another piece of turkey, or whatever the case might be. You could overdo it here. There's a chance for that, right? And if you're ever going to overindulge, the holidays is the time. However, that Knight of Swords with the Seven of Cups, no drink driving, nothing like that, right? Keep it happy, keep it joyous. Where you've overcommitted yourself, maybe extend invites. If there is one trip too many and you think, you know what, I'm not going to be able to make that, or whatever the case might be, invite them to you. All right, there's other ways around this. Find other solutions. Where's the other deck? Ah, here it is. Okay. So let's have a look at our insight cards. What's going on here? And we have the Five of Swords. Okay. With the Devil card, that's Capricorn season, and the Judgment card. So potentially here, I gotta be honest, that is potentially quite a ruckus conversation that might be taking place around this time. And I will say this, right, at Christmas time, Hanukkah time, Kwanzaa time, Yule time, because it is the holidays and everyone's rushing around and everyone's, you know, in their fields, and, you know, all of it, tempers flare and all the rest of it. It is a time where emotion is very heightened, especially around the solstice. And for that reason, there is a potential for, you know, nerves and stuff to be frayed. The Judgment card is the something from the past, with the Devil card that cannot be let go of with the Five of Swords. There's a potential or a possibility here where a conversation around something from the past, it's like, you know, when they say let sleeping dogs lie, this might be one of those times where it can't. And maybe there is a harsh conversation or a challenging conversation of topic that comes up around this time. Hopefully not around the dinner table while everybody's, you know, stuffing their faces with whatever lovelies and treats and all the rest of it. But I will say this has the potential to be a very cleansing week for a lot of us. How you approach that, I think, is going to be everything. On the wider world stage, This is going to be some kind of development about a conflict that has been ongoing, and it might be one that a lot of people are very unhappy about or choose not to participate in. And I'm really intrigued by this idea. You know, we've got this whole situation with the Ukraine. We've got another thing brewing somewhere in the Middle East at this moment in time. I recorded these very early in the year compared to when they're coming out. So it will be interesting to see what that pertains to. But for me, I kind of feel like this might be, you know, where maybe the leaders say like, oh, you know, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And the people are just like, no, like, we don't want that. You know, if you want to do that, you go and fight the damn war yourself. Right? If all the politicians were putting their families on the front line, wars would end real quick. Real quick, real talk, okay? Anyway, aside from that, let's keep it upbeat, jovial, and joyous as possible, well, as best as you possibly can with these cards. It does suggest that this is a week, you know, have the conversations that are challenging, get them out of the way. Don't do it while inebriated in any way, shape, or form. Let go of the heavy stuff and welcome in the joy. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff, especially around this time. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you next week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.